Scientists just confirmed tigers are developing new hunting techniques due to habitat loss. Adaptation or desperation is a debate that raises ecological, evolutionary, and conservation concerns about the survival of the world's largest big cat. Tigers are apex predators that have traditionally relied on stealth, strength, and ambush tactics to hunt prey in dense forests and grasslands. Recent studies reveal that tigers in fragmented habitats are changing their hunting strategies, adapting to environments altered by human activity. As deforestation, agricultural expansion, and urbanization reduce tiger habitats, these big cats are being forced to hunt in open spaces, plantations, and human-dominated landscapes. Researchers in India, Russia, and Southeast Asia have documented tigers stalking prey in shallower cover, using water bodies for ambushes, and even hunting during unusual hours. Tigers that once hunted in thick forests are now adapting to open terrain, learning to navigate human settlements, and preying on livestock more frequently. Some scientists see this as a sign of behavioral plasticity, where tigers modify their strategies to survive in rapidly changing environments. Others believe these changes signal desperation rather than true adaptation, as tigers are being pushed into high-risk territories with fewer natural resources. Reports indicate that some tigers are waiting near human settlements, using artificial barriers and village outskirts as strategic hunting zones. In certain areas, tigers have been observed using agricultural fields and irrigation canals to conceal themselves while stalking prey. With traditional prey populations declining, tigers have been expanding their diet to include new species, including domestic animals and even invasive species. Some conservationists worry that this shift in hunting behavior could increase human-wildlife conflicts, leading to more retaliatory killings by farmers and villagers. Tigers in parts of Bangladesh and Nepal have begun hunting more aggressively at night, avoiding daytime human activity while tracking livestock and wild prey. This nocturnal shift allows them to reduce direct encounters with people, but it also increases the likelihood of attacks on domestic animals. Conservationists warn that as tigers become more accustomed to human-altered landscapes, they may lose their fear of people, leading to dangerous interactions. In the Russian Far East, Amur tigers have been seen using frozen riverbanks and roadways as travel corridors, adapting to fragmented landscapes created by logging. Some tiger populations are showing signs of cooperative hunting behaviors, something rarely observed in solitary big cats, possibly as a response to increased competition for food. In regions where prey is scarce, researchers have observed tigers dragging carcasses to hidden locations rather than feeding immediately, a tactic used to avoid scavengers. Unlike lions, which live in prides, tigers are solitary hunters, making these emerging social behaviors a surprising evolutionary response to habitat changes. As human development pushes deeper into tiger habitats, these apex predators must adjust their ambush techniques, stalking methods, and even prey selection. Some scientists compare this adaptation to wolves and coyotes, which have successfully adjusted to urban landscapes by altering their hunting and movement patterns. The question remains whether these behavioral changes are helping tigers survive in the long run or simply delaying their decline. In areas where tiger territories have shrunk drastically, these new hunting strategies may not be enough to compensate for habitat destruction and prey depletion. Conservationists argue that while tigers are showing resilience, they should not be forced into adaptation due to human-induced environmental destruction. Deforestation and illegal logging continue to fragment critical tiger corridors, making it harder for these apex predators to maintain stable populations. Without proper conservation efforts, these new hunting techniques may only serve as short-term survival strategies in an increasingly hostile environment. Some researchers warn that these adaptations could make conflict resolution efforts more difficult, as tigers accustomed to human areas may be harder to relocate. Tiger reserves and national parks were once designed to provide undisturbed hunting grounds, but many of these areas are now encroached upon by roads and settlements. With habitat loss accelerating, tigers face increased pressure to hunt in unnatural environments, competing with human activities and livestock grazing. If these trends continue, experts fear that tigers will become permanent edge species, surviving only in fragmented landscapes rather than thriving in true wilderness. Some tigers have been observed following human-created pathways, such as logging roads and railway tracks, using them as efficient hunting routes. This behavior raises concerns about rising tiger mortality due to vehicle collisions and accidental human encounters. Experts believe that securing large, connected landscapes is the only way to prevent tigers from becoming permanently dependent on human-modified environments. Despite their impressive adaptability, tigers still need undisturbed hunting grounds, diverse prey populations, and secure breeding territories to ensure long-term survival. Conservation groups argue that adaptation alone is not a viable solution, and urgent action is needed to restore natural tiger habitats. Efforts such as reforestation, protected migration corridors, and stricter anti-poaching laws are essential to reversing the negative impacts of habitat loss. If tiger hunting behaviors continue to shift toward human-dominated landscapes, conflicts will increase, potentially leading to higher retaliation killings. Some scientists propose using technology, such as AI-driven wildlife tracking and smart fencing, to better manage tiger movements and prevent livestock predation. In certain areas, farmers have been encouraged to use non-lethal deterrents, such as motion-activated lights and loud alarms, to reduce livestock losses from tigers. As tiger populations decline, every adaptation they make becomes a critical survival mechanism, but it is not a substitute for long-term conservation solutions. Some researchers argue that these behavioral changes show how species can evolve rapidly in response to human impact, but whether this benefits their survival remains uncertain. The challenge for conservationists is ensuring that tigers do not become permanently reliant on hunting strategies that bring them closer to humans and their livestock. If tigers continue adapting in this way, their role as top predators in the ecosystem could shift, altering the balance of prey species and other carnivores. Protecting tiger habitats should be a global priority, preventing them from being forced into behavioral changes that could ultimately lead to extinction. Ultimately, the debate is not just about whether tigers are adapting or struggling, but whether human activity will continue forcing them to make desperate survival choices. The real question is whether conservation efforts will restore natural tiger habitats in time, or if these magnificent predators will be left to survive in an ever-shrinking world.